In 1995, a nervous man won a $100,000 jackpot at Bally's Park Casino. Despite the big win, he wasn't excited at all. The casino staff noticed his odd behavior. Why wasn't he more thrilled, and why was he wearing a hearing aid when he looked so young? Little did they know, this man was one of the most notorious casino cheats of all time. Over the next 6 years, he managed to cheat the casinos without anyone catching on, turning rigged slot machines into his personal ATMs. To understand how this all started, let's rewind to 1989. At this time, casinos were shifting their focus to video poker, slot machines, and other electronic gambling methods due to the rise of card counting and math-based gambling strategies. Slot machines were a goldmine, earning casinos $200 to $300 per day on average. But with this new technology came a new problem: how to protect these machines from being manipulated by computer-savvy cheats. Enter Ron Harris, a computer expert working for the Nevada Gaming Control Board, tasked with keeping the casinos and their machines safe from tampering. Slot machines became extremely popular because they were easy to play and offered the chance to win big with little skill involved. Each machine contained a microprocessor that controlled the rotation of the reels, and casinos loved this technology because it allowed them to set the odds on each machine. However, this posed a significant challenge for the control board, which had to ensure neither the casinos nor cheaters could manipulate the machines. In 1988, Ron Harris faced his first major challenge when an anonymous tip claimed that certain video poker machines, supplied by a company called American Coin Enterprises, were rigged to avoid paying out. These machines were distributed on a revenue-sharing basis, meaning the venues didn't have to pay for the machines, but shared the players' losses with American Coin. Harris was tasked with investigating these claims. Harris's investigation revealed that the machines had indeed been tampered with. The cheat was simple but effective. The machine's program was rigged to prevent players from hitting a royal flush when betting the maximum number of coins. The last card in the sequence would block the win at the final moment, ensuring the player never hit the jackpot. With proof of tampering in hand, Harris turned to Larry Volk, a lead programmer at American Coin, to find out who was behind the rigged machines. Volk was a nervous man, clearly hiding something. But after some pressure, he confessed. He admitted that he had been forced to program more than 500 machines with the cheat code by the company's owners. This was a huge embarrassment for the Nevada Gaming Control Board, and the cheating resulted in $17 million in fraud over the last 3 years. Volk agreed to testify against American Coin in court, but before he could, he was murdered outside his home, leaving the case with no key witness. This hit hard for Harris. He felt let down by the system and powerless to stop it. This is when he decided to take matters into his own hands. Harris, feeling betrayed by the system, used his inside knowledge to orchestrate a plan to cheat the very machines he was supposed to protect. Armed with experience, intelligence, and a deep resentment towards the establishment, Ron Harris was poised to commit the perfect crime. The fallout from the American Coin scandal had compelled the Nevada Gaming Control Board to overhaul their approach to regulating slot machines. They introduced a system for random post-installation checks to ensure the machines hadn't been tampered with. Ron, with his background, was the ideal candidate to lead this new effort. Understanding how tampering had occurred in the past, Ron developed the necessary equipment and procedures for testing slot machine chips. The plan involved agents conducting surprise inspections at various casinos. During these checks, they would connect the laptop to the back of a slot machine, extract the circuit board, remove the EEPROM device containing the software, and verify that the program matched the version approved by the Gaming Control Board. If the code on the chip didn't match the master copy on record, it would be a clear sign of tampering. Any machine found with unauthorized software would be immediately taken out of circulation. However, the control board had no idea that Ron had devised a brilliant scheme. He secretly altered the programming equipment that the testers used, so when they performed their inspections, the machine's chip would be infected with his pre-programmed cheat code. But this was just the beginning of Ron's grand plan. Eager to test his work, Ron used Gaming Control Board records to pinpoint a specific slot machine that had been tested. The new system provided exact details of the casino floor and the precise location of the tested machine. Engaging with any machine in Vegas was a risky move for Ron because his job strictly prohibited him from playing in any casino. Anyone working for the board was barred from participating in gameplay to avoid conflicts of interest. But Ron's desire to beat the system was too strong to resist. He had programmed the slot machine to trigger a jackpot after a specific sequence of coins was inserted quickly, one after another. First, he inserted 3 coins, then 1, then 2, then 3, and finally 4. His heart raced as the machine's chip recognized the cheat code and added $200 to the slot's balance, equivalent to about $500 today. Ron knew then that his plan worked, but he faced a new dilemma. Big payouts attracted attention, which was exactly what he wanted to avoid. Panicking, he tried to lose the credits by continuing to play, but he kept winning instead. Overcome with anxiety, his focus shifted from winning to losing. For 30 intense minutes, he played, trying to get rid of the credits. Finally, after losing part of the accumulated balance, he decided to walk away quietly, leaving the remaining credits for the next player. He had confirmed that his code worked, but now he faced a much bigger and more dangerous challenge. No one suspected a thing yet, but Ron knew he was recognized as a Nevada Gaming Control Board employee in the casinos. To continue his plan, he would need someone else to play on his behalf. To avoid drawing attention to himself, Harris enlisted a friend, Reed McNeil, to help. They tested their cheat code at various casinos, and it worked perfectly. Between 1992 and 1995, the duo repeatedly used this cheat to win thousands of dollars without anyone suspecting a thing. However, Harris wasn't satisfied. He wanted an even bigger score, something that couldn't be traced back to him. This led him to target Keno, a lottery-style game where players pick numbers in hopes of matching them. By analyzing the Keno software, Harris figured out how to predict the winning numbers. In 1995, Harris and McNeil headed to Atlantic City to pull off their biggest scam yet, aiming to win $100,000. The two agreed to meet at the hotel reception, but when Reed McNeil arrives, Ron Harris is missing. Unfazed, Reed checks into his room, hands over his passport, and leaves a memo at the front desk so Ron will know his room number when he arrives. After missing his initial flight, Ron finally shows up 6 hours later. The next morning, both men prepare for their operation from their hotel rooms. Ron stays behind to monitor the casino's Keno results on the TV. By entering the previous draw numbers into his computer, he can predict the next draw. They've planned their communication carefully. Ron will send the numbers Reed should play from the hotel room via a hidden hearing aid. When the time comes, Reed takes his seat in the casino's Keno area, anxiously waiting for Ron's selections. Back in the hotel, Ron tracks the numbers on the TV, inputs them into his computer, and sends the predicted combination to Reed through their secret earpiece. The first attempt fails. The numbers are close, but not quite right. They try again: 4, 12, 22, 36, 46, 53, 57, 71. Bingo! They hit the jackpot. Now, all that's left is to collect their $100,000 winnings and leave the casino. But there's a problem. Their planning didn't account for what to do after winning. Now, a very nervous Reed McNeil is trying to claim the jackpot from some extremely suspicious casino staff. The teller asks for his ID and Reed hands it over. After a tense wait, the teller returns and explains that processing such a large sum of money will take some time. They offer to bring the cash up to his room, and without thinking, Reed agrees and gives them his room number. This is a fatal mistake. Do you like this story so far? Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. When Reed returns to the room, Ron panics. Reed doesn't realize what he's done. By giving the casino staff his ID and room number, he's directly linked their room booking, the reception memo, and the jackpot win to both of them. Worse still, the casino's security boss knows who Ron is. Soon, 3 large casino staff members show up at Reed's hotel room door. They politely request a quiet word in a back room downstairs, saying they have some questions. With no other options, Reed goes with them. Meanwhile, Ron is packing his bags and clearing out the room. He grabs all of his computer equipment and makes a run for the airport. When Ron lands in Las Vegas a few hours later, he's met by staff from the Nevada Gaming Commission and the police. The game is over. This one simple mistake has exposed everything. The rigged slot machines, 3 years of slot machine cheating, the Keno win, everything is now out in the open. In June 1996, Ron is sentenced to 7 years in prison and placed on Nevada's infamous Black Book list. What did you think about Ron's plan? Let us know in the comments below.